It's time to dye my hair. Oh my god, my voice! It's time to dye my hair. Damn, my voice. Hang on, actually. Sup, you guys? You guys hear me well? I'm not using the mic. Oh. Where's the chat? Why is it not showing? Or are you guys not talking? Hang on. Psychedelic, hi. Copenhagen, hi. Jefferson County Deputy Sheriff. That's a long ass username. Hi. I'm not really hungover. I just feel like I think there is still alcohol in my system, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have any headache, I just feel like a low energy. I can feel a low ass energy. Like, if anything, I feel drained rather than like hungover. You know what I mean? Outfit? You like it? I look fresh? Yeah, like here, like my head feels fresh, I'm fine. But my tummy is a little upset. And you know, the gut, I can feel the gut. My gut is suffering a little bit. Like, I don't know if I ate something that I'm not supposed to yesterday, because I did eat outside. So, but I feel great, like no headache whatsoever. My voice is obviously gone. Thai. You know, you guys, like yesterday, there were so many things I don't fucking remember. Like there are things missing. There are missing things. And I don't know why that's been happening for me. Like sometimes, like most of the time I remember everything, even when I'm drunk. But I don't know if I'm drinking too much. Last couple of times, I can't remember some of the things that I did. Like there are like blackouts. And I'm trying to remember certain things. Like, for example, like I checked my bank account and I went to a place that I was 100% sure that I didn't go to. But apparently, according to my bank account I did. Like, what? And I don't even remember, like, well, I possibly should not talk about that, but like, there are things that I don't remember that I did, and they kind of like flashes, but then I'm like, nah, no, maybe I'm just imagining things, maybe I'm just like reading into it too much. I'm always hungover. The trick is to keep drinking. That's true. You know, you guys, I've had how many drinks? I've had 9 drinks. And when I drink, I don't drink like beer. I drink spirits, vodka. And I don't drink the cheap vodka. I drink the vodka that you don't, that, you know, like it doesn't burn as much. It's like fucking water. And I mix that with Red Bull. So, vodka and Red Bull. Double shot. And I've had 9 of those. 9. 9! What's called alcohol poisoning? Do you mean the blackouts or the gut feeling thing? Yeah, 9 drinks, double shot. Imagine getting like 18 shots. Like, honestly, if you see me, okay, maybe not towards the end, but if you see me while I'm drunk, I look sober. Like I look sober. Like, yeah, you know, my eyes will be like a little bit, but I look like I'm listening. and I can't even fucking remember the next day. You know what I mean? You like my voice? That's my hungover voice. I started the live stream. I keep making sure that I don't want my pussy to show. Don't want to flash ya. Do you give the poom poom easy? Nah, no. That's what your mother does. Not every woman is like that, baby, okay? Jat Neil, baby, stop projecting too much. If you're lonely and miserable, it's okay. You don't have to go out of your way to point your finger at others. Skin looks great. What do you use? Oil up. Oil is really good for you. Your skin. Never use moisturizers. Abandon those. Oil up. Natural oils. The more natural or the less things you see on the label. You know, when you turn a label, you see a lot of ingredients. The less you see, the better. So don't use the things that have so many things that you can't even pronounce. Baby oil? Fuck no. I used to use baby oil, but it's full of shit. Don't use that. Iceman, are you slow? Are you slow? Jay, how can I see my last lifetime? Once you said to write down something on paper and near bed or something like that. Could you? December. So there are a couple of ways. Either through meditation or through dreaming. So the writing that you mean when I mentioned is when you command your brain to kind of allow yourself to access more. So, for example, allow your brain to remember. Because most of the time, the brain will block certain dreams because it will think it's traumatizing for you. So, write down on a paper, remember the dream, remember the dream, remember the dream. Or not the dream, let's say, remember is not the wrong, no. For example, you could write to yourself, I want to remember my past life, or I want to see my past life, show me my past life. Don't block it, remember it. Or whatever that kind of like feels right in the moment. And you'll just, that's the brain part, okay? The spirit part is basically you demanding or you requesting from yourself as your higher self to access your past lives. Now here's the thing. With me it happened differently. Like, I didn't request to remember my past lives. I did not request it. But for those that want to access their past lives, you can by command. You command it. You don't ask for, it's not like you're requesting. You know what I mean? It's not like you're requesting, you're commanding. You have a right to access it. So there's so many things you can write in your notes. I feel like that's a good practice, especially if you forget your dreams. If you forget your dreams, make it a habit to write your dreams, because it will strengthen your memory or strengthen your, I want to say, it will allow your brain to give you access to those outside of body experiences, because dreaming is an outside body, okay? You can do it while you're awake. But, you know, like you will have to get in a meditative state. But if you dream, everybody does that. Most people dream. So it's easy to access. It's easy to access higher dimensions when you're sleeping. So I want to say meditation, but meditation is harder to access when it comes to higher dimensions, because you kind of have to silence the woke mind, not the woke movement, okay? Yeah, show me my last life. That's more like it. Yes, yes. Oh, coconut oil is brilliant. Coconut oil, you cannot go wrong, you guys. I think it's the best oil. I love coconut oil. Olive oil is so freaking good as well. Shane, I think there's still alcohol in my system, yes. I think, yes. Just a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna do any readings. Not today. I kind of had an appointment today as well, and I kind of skipped it. For those that know me, I do not like to do readings with alcohol in my system. I personally believe that I cannot be of use when my energy is this low. When you drink, your energy is low. Alcohol does that. So I don't feel confident to even though like I could do readings, you know, but I don't feel like it's real, if that makes sense, or genuine, or sincere, or what's the word? Ethical? Yeah, I don't feel good doing readings like this. What's golden showers? Neil, you fucking weirdo, aren't ya? Brain rot. Brain rot much. Is it different from look in the third eye? How do you mean, Babs? Being clear produces clear, exactly. 100%, I truly believe that. And I don't feel good, you know? Like, I don't feel like I'm giving something that, I don't know how to explain it. It's just how I work. You know, I don't want to get people's karma. When I do this job, you know, like when I do readings, I believe in what I do. If I don't feel like I'm good to do a reading, I won't do it. Because I'm not getting fucking karma for no one. I'm done with that. I'm done with my karmic lessons. I don't know if, like, I don't know if you've experienced something like this, but like, I know that I'm done with my karmic lessons. I can feel it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a weird feeling. It's kind of like a peace feeling that tells me I'm done. You know? Obviously, you can get karma by living unconsciously, living without awareness. You can get shit for that, yes, but, you know, before it gets like some serious karma, you can stop, or you can apologize, you can make it right. And before, like, sometimes I feel like, oh shit, I'm getting some karma here. I correct it right away because I know it's gonna give me karma. You know what I mean? So you can avoid heavy karmic energies. But yeah, I feel like I've done the most important ones that I came here to do. I'm done with those. Isn't karma an ancient Indian concept? I don't know, but it doesn't matter where it comes from. Does it? You look amazing. Thank you! You make me feel so good! I don't know what that was about. Honestly, you guys, yesterday was interesting. I'm just gonna say that. You were missed here? Where? I'm live every day. I'm always on YouTube. You guys see me the most. Like some people that live around me and that know me don't even see me as much as you guys do. Was it full moon? Well, maybe it makes sense why I don't remember some of the things, because maybe I turned into a werewolf. Right? Maybe I turned into a werewolf and... Oh! I feel like the alcohol is still in my system a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, I woke up fully drunk. When I woke up, I was drunk still. So I took a shower, I kind of cleaned up the mess that I left from last night, my clothes everywhere, and I ate like tuna salad. It was like a power salad. It was so good, but my gut does not feel right. That's a scary thought. I do have a little, can you see that? Fangs? Is that what they call it? Nah, I grind my teeth, you guys. They were much longer. When you weren't online for a day? Did I miss a day? Hang on. I was here every day. Baby, maybe you missed the live stream from yesterday. Did I? Hang on. Can't fucking remember. Yeah. Like, oh, the 14th. The 14th I didn't do a live stream, but I did upload a reading. What is consciousness? All there is. All of it. That's consciousness. Whatever you can identify. Whatever you see, whatever you are, whatever that exists is consciousness. Unless you mean something specific. If you're talking about the spiritual concept of consciousness, it's basically you being aware of the moment and who you are as a spirit. Like, for example, your purpose. It doesn't have to be even, like, when I say purpose, it doesn't have to be like you going to battle and winning the war. It's more like, you know, some people's purpose are to live life, have fun, experience joy, experience love, experience having a family, experience whatever. Like, there are so many purposes out there. Yeah, I think today I'm just gonna have like a little breaky break. Recover. I want to clear my, you know, my energy from the alcohol. I might I might push myself to go to gym, but I don't know if I can stomach that. But yeah, I should be fine by tomorrow. Like, honestly, I feel fine. It's just, I still feel alcohol in my system. I can feel my gut is working overtime to get the poison out of my body. You know what I mean? It's so weird when you start to get in touch with your body so much. You can kind of feel where, like, for example, I can feel it in my gut. I can feel my little cells working hard, making sure that everything is fine so I can feel better. Like, that's so cute, right? Get some Coke. I don't drink Coke. The ancient scriptures say we have to defeat the death and rebirth cycle. How do you mean defeat? What does that mean? Defeat. Defeat by overcoming or defeat by resisting? Which one? Again, escape. Escape is resisting them. You cannot escape anything. Escaping is resisting. Like, running away from a problem will not make a problem go away. The only way to get a problem fixed is through. It's never away. So escaping is resisting. You want something to end. You want the death and rebirth to end. Get through it. Get it done. That's how it ends. But if you come to life to not transform or to not change, what is the purpose of your life? I truly believe that the people that are done changing, done learning, they die. Whether they die metaphorically, where they actually lose that spark in their eyes, and, you know, like they're just living, moving things without being alive, or they actually die, like they die. Natural causes, disease, they die because their mission is over, or their purpose is denied. You know, they deny themselves that. Whether by choice or not, obviously it depends on the situation. But if you come to life and you just want to chill, when I say chill, I mean sit in your butt and do nothing, then death is the answer. Because if you don't live, you die. The opposite of that happens. If you're not pro-life, you're pro-death. And not pro-life, the political movement shit. I did it already. Came back to help my dogs. Oh, you're so fucking not funny. Can something we not see exist? It depends. Akram, that's a good question. I love that. But here's the thing. Like, what are you talking about exactly? Because, like, I have a couple of things that kind of like I thought of when you asked your question, which is the observing the object, therefore the object transform behavior, or are you talking about like we can't see spirits, therefore they don't exist? Which one? Have you seen that theory, that observation theory, where you observe an object and it will change its behavior, but when you don't observe it, it changes behavior? I love that theory. It's not a theory. It's not a theory. They have like done studies and experiments and kind of proved that. Have you seen the particles that move differently in patterns when observed? And it goes back to the state of being observed when it's observed after not being observed. That's fucking crazy. And it makes a lot of sense. Akram, if you're okay, so you're talking spiritually focused. Okay, so it's when you are talking about the things that you cannot see, you mean with your own two eyes? There are lots of things you can't see with your eyes. Does not mean they don't exist. There are lots of things that exist, or there are lots of things that the naked eyes cannot see. Doesn't mean, I mean, I don't know, I think like that's pretty basic information, right? A lot of things you can't see with your eyes. From colors, from distance, from dimensions. Can you see electricity? Can you see radio waves? Can you see energy? And when I'm talking energy, I'm not talking about the spirit. I'm talking about like energy around you, everything that moves around you. And it moves with energy. Can you see that? Your dogs see more than humans see, right? If animals can see differently than you, what makes you think that what you see is all there is? When we see beyond what our eyes see, you see with your mind's eye. This is why it's called the mind's eye, because it's actually the third eye. You know when people say, in my mind's eye, the third eye, you see beyond the limit of the third dimension. You see energy, you see visions, you see the same way people think of inspiration, think of ideas. That is seeing beyond the eyes, because whatever you imagine is basically a reality that has not manifested, but it has already manifested in your mind's eye. The action of 3D comes after. You know? You hungover too. That's a cool quote. Imagination encompasses the whole universe. Yeah, Albert Einstein has like some interesting quotes. And you know, even though a lot of people think or believe Albert Einstein was like, you know, a scientist, he has a lot of theories that cannot come from just science. Like I forget, he has a really interesting quote. I forget. What did he say? There's another quote similar to this one that you mentioned. Can't remember it. The creator is real. No denying in that. The design is too good. When people say, you know, the Big Bang Theory, I came from a monkey, I just look at them like, how stupid can you be to believe that? How stupid can you be to believe that things happen accidentally or by mistake? There are no mistakes. Like, even though this creation sometimes seems flawed, it's not. It's really not. And people will be like, yeah, but why is there wars? Why are there, like, children dying? Or, you know, why is there cancer? Why is there disease? Free will, bitch. Free will. Would you rather that you didn't have free will? Because there are places where free will does not exist. And those that live in planets that don't have free will, guess what? They wish to trade places with you. You know? So consider yourself lucky. This planet is so fucking interesting. Earth is so fucking interesting. You know how many spirits line up to be in your shoes? But we take that for granted. We forget, you know, we take it for granted. We're closer to mushrooms. Yeah, whatever. Like if you look at the body is just like Earth. In fact, you know, how can you live on Earth if you're not compatible with Earth? You have to be compatible. Duh. That's why you are given a body. If you go to other places, if you go to other planets, I say if you go to other planets as if like you just, you know, pack the suitcase and just go. That made me laugh. Anyways, so if you go to other planets, if you visit other planets, and if you can do it, you know, you will notice that their bodies are compatible also to the planet they are on, you know? That's why we have so many things in common with Earth, because the body is supposed to be compatible with Earth, so we can survive on it. Ooh, a lot of people hungover. Like, I have a little bit of music because I'm trying to, like, soothe my body. But, you know, like, it was a lot of fun. Like, sometimes you have to just like, experience, you know? Like, I don't really like drinking at all. But when I do it, I definitely overdo it. And I woke up, like, with My nose fucking stuffed. My mouth dry. Obviously, that's alcohol, but like, do you guys notice, like, every time you go out now, you get a little sick? Even if it's not like sick, it's more like stuffy nose. Do you guys notice that? I'm noticing this. Like, every time I go out, fresh air kind of like inflames my nose, throat. You know what I mean? I don't know. I become congested. And the moment I go home, you know, or rest or whatever, I'm fine. But it's the fresh air is not fresh anymore. I can say that because there is a pattern. I'm noticing a pattern. Every time I go out in the open, I get some type of, like, I get like a blocked nose, kind of like a sore throat situation. What's that about? Life is a prison to the faithful and heaven to the ungrateful. If you believe it, so it shall. You know those people that think life should be like a punishment, or life is not in favor of the good? It's because they will it. They will it upon themselves. It's a program, it's a belief system that has been embedded in you since childhood. That's what you heard from others. That's what you were taught in schools, the teachers, whoever that was taking care of you. They gave you that mindset, and you started to repeat that same bullshit. Life will be a prison to those who want to be imprisoned. Okay? So if you think that, oh, you're a good person, so you're gonna suffer, you're wishing that upon yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's also poor mentality, you know? You know when people say it's only the rich people, well, you know, like, you know, when they hate on rich people because they think it's, you know, if you're rich, you're bad, and if you're poor, you're good. I've seen plenty of poor people that are shitty people, okay? And plenty of rich people that are good people. Just depends on the kind of person you are once you have money or when you don't. What type of person are you when you have money? Does it reveal the true you? Money does not change people. They have always been a shitty person, but they wanted access to money so that they are able to be a shitty person without having to hide it, having to be nice about it, or having to be nice to people. So they were always shitty, you know? Money does not change people. Money reveals people. Do you do good with it, or do you do bad with it? That's your choice. It's not money's fault. And it's not just money. Whatever that you think, like, ooh, good people shouldn't have this and shouldn't have that, that's poor mentality. Even if it's not about money, poor mentality. Also, there is nothing wrong with suffering. If you allow suffering to break you, you kind of miss the point. Suffering is not a bad thing. You will hear the most successful people talk about how they suffered in the beginning. It's a character builder. It's a great thing for you to have, for you to experience. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, every bad situation is good for you. In the larger scheme of things, everything that happens to you is a good thing, whether it's perceived good or bad. We go again back to the universe. The universe cannot be wrong. It will not be like It's not about punishing you because you're a bad person or punishing you because you're a stupid person. It will do what's necessary for you and for your journey. So some people suffer and they think, oh, God or the creator or whatever is against them. No. Do you remember what happened in your past life? You're being punished now, but you're a good person now, but what did you do in your past life? I don't really feel sorry for people that suffer, because it's not a bad thing. It's not. You know, the moment I realized that about my own sufferings, it's like such a huge release happened. Because when you think that you are being like put in a situation that's not fair, there's a lot of resentment, a lot of like anger. So you want to kind of take it out on people or your surroundings. But when you understand and you fucking humble yourself and you're like, okay, so this happened to me. I wonder why. What did I do? You take accountability, you take a responsibility, you bring awareness to the situation rather than taking it personal. Lifesaver. Even when people like die or when they get murdered, you know, it's not a mistake that happened to them. And I know it might sound cruel. Yes, I get it, because we are wired like that. We are programmed to be like, oh my God, how could you say that? Nothing is a coincidence. So the fact that it happens to people, there's a very fucking good reason for it. Which maybe people are not ready to hear. I get that. But when you start to think like that, nothing gets to you. Not in your own life, not in the lives of others. You understand that everything is a scale and it needs to balance itself out. Whatever happens that is good or bad, if you do good, if you deserve good, you will get good. If you don't deserve it, you will get bad. But this scale needs to be balanced. Whether you perceive it to be in your favor or not, that's for you to find out, for you to question. But yeah, nothing is a coincidence. Nothing. I tell you, nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're not doing zodiacs, clearly, in the chat. Can you not see the titles, you guys? Does that not show? Hi, Morocco. If I'm able to see glitter in the air and something I can only describe as clear energy that is similar to looking through water, would you say this is tapping into something? Well, I need to read that again. Alice, let's see. If I see glitter in the air or something that I can only describe as a clear energy. These are orbs. You're seeing orbs. I mean, there are situations where it could be like a little feather flying in the air or a little like dust, sparkly dust, whether you are outside or inside. But if it's like something you constantly see, if you see it a lot, I would say it's an orb. It's a spirit of some kind. Chris, that's okay. Sometimes I say things that aren't meant, they're not meant for people that didn't peek out of their shell. That's okay. It's okay. If something you do not understand, you're not ready for. Okay? Anthony, never have I had more. What? Never have I had more having less? Oh, I see what you mean. Well, if you think that, yes, okay. You guys need to understand that whatever that you speak, whatever that you affirm, that is like kind of like specially rings truth to you, it manifests. So you, by saying that, you will not have anything because the universe wants you happy. Do you understand? So don't go complaining after 5-10 years saying, oh, I don't have much. Because the universe will be like, but you said that it will make you happy. You said that that's exactly what you wanted. So be careful what you say. Do you practice Kabbalah? No. I don't practice none of the bullshit that the religious people do. Not even the witchy people do. I work with energy. I work, like with myself. I observe, I analyze, I criticize, or critical thinking. Sometimes that's all you need. I don't do religion. I don't do witchcraft. None of the practices that are, in my opinion, shit. Because it takes your power away. When you believe that a practice, for example, like religious practices, when you believe that that's going to give you access to yourself, to your purpose, to your whatever, you're gonna give your power away. In fact, even when you go to a fucking psychic, even when you go to a fucking psychic and say, look into my future, you can do that yourself. You can do that yourself. There is no such thing as psychic. The only thing that is, the only difference that you see between normal people and psychics have access to that because they allow themselves to be that. You have to as well. You can be psychic as well. Like, the word psychic is like kind of bothers me. I'm no psychic. Everyone should be the same. Not the same as in like be the same, as in like everyone has access to that. It's not a gift. It's not a special gift. Like, sometimes I see people like, yes, you have a gift. I don't really consider it a gift. Everyone can do that. It's just, you just need to do the work in order to access it. Reprogram the paradigms that you have about yourself, about your beliefs, because that is blocking that access. No such thing as psychics. We are all psychics, if you will. But people just don't believe in themselves. People just don't believe their eyes sometimes. Sometimes people will look at something and then it disappears, and then the brain will be like, yeah, that's just something you imagined. Bitch, you just saw a spirit. But you will tell yourself, oh, it's just a shadow of a thing, an object. Oh, I think there is something in my eye. You know what I mean? Like, you will be so quick to dismiss the truth because it does not align with the lies that have been put in your brain for years and years and years. Like, you know how fucking hard it is to kind of like let go of those beliefs? It's very hard. But it's doable. It's not impossible. It's doable. Everything is possible. Of course, Chris, of course. Of course you're gonna say something like that because you're into witchcraft, huh? Of course I'm gonna trigger a nobody like you. If you dabble into things like witchcraft, just know the karma for you is severe. Just know this. Honestly, when I say don't do magic spells, don't do witchcraft, people think I'm joking, or people think it's just like something you shouldn't do, but hey, if no one is watching, it's okay. No, bitch, no, the karma for that is severe. Why would you put more karma on yourself? Don't do it. Don't. It's not worth it. Most of the time it backfires anyway. But every time, each and every time, you will get karma for it. Now, here's the thing, like, people sometimes forget, spell work is like something you cook in the kitchen or something you read out of a book and then you do like spell work. Also, manifesting can be classed as spell work. Okay, now when I say manifesting, like, there's a specific type of manifestation when you're calling in a certain person, trying to control their will. That is spell work. That is manifesting a person despite their fucking desire towards you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you think that you can manifest someone in your life, don't do that. Manifest someone specifically, by name. Don't do that shit. That's spell work. Okay? Because you don't have to be, like, words can be used as spells. Even when you write something, when you journal and you're thinking, oh, I really want to manifest this person. That's fucking spell work. So when you're manifesting, be careful. Only manifest towards yourself. Only manifest in general. Don't go specifics. A lot of people like to tell you, hey, you need to, if you want your manifestation to work, it has to be specific. It has to be specific. No, it doesn't. Don't be specific. If you want to boost your manifestation, include the feelings. Meaning, when you are feeling like excited, manifest. When you're feeling like joy, manifest. When you're feeling like anger, manifest. When you're feeling frustrated, manifest. That's how your manifestations work best. Do not go specific, general. Like, for example, I want to manifest the love of my life. No names, no specifics. The love of your life. I want to manifest more money. No specifics, no number, general. Because when you try to, for example, with money, when you try to manifest a specific number, you could actually manifest less than what you were entitled to. Why would you do that to yourself? It's like, hey, I'm going to give you 10 million, okay? But you're manifesting, I really want 1 million. Give me 1 million. Like, okay, well, if you're sure that's enough for you, okay. Okay then. Whereas if you want to die, do that. Or if you want someone in your family to die, try that. Try that, baby. You think you're the first one? Don't tell... Bitch, don't tell me I didn't warn you. Don't come crying to me. You won't be the first one to try that. That is if you were for real, you know? But I've seen it in front of my own eyes. People who try to put spells on me, they die off. Or their family dies so that they can suffer. So, warning, I come with a warning label. Can manifestation go wrong? What if I manifest the wrong person, only to regret later? This is why I say don't be specific. This is why I say don't be specific, because sometimes you're manifesting the wrong person for you. For example, if you manifest with the intention of receiving love, finding happiness with someone, finding compatibility with someone, you can't really go wrong because you're not being specific. You're not, it's not like you're telling the universe, hey, I know what's best for me, bring me that person because that's what I want. That's who I want to love. That's who I want to be loved by. If you're like that, the universe is like, okay, well, you know what? We're going to give it to you. We're going to give you that person, and you'll find out that we kept them away from you for a good reason. This is why you don't do spells. You know, you think you know what's best for you, but you don't. Allow the universe to show you who's for you and who isn't. When there is constant resistance between you and another person, understand that the universe is trying to protect your ass. You could have like the biggest crush on someone, but if it doesn't happen, if there are like obstacles constantly, understand that the universe is trying to communicate to you and say, hey, I know you're kind of like into this person, but they're not good for you. This is why we're not gonna let it happen. Understand, when things happen, they don't happen for no reason. When you are late for work, just be thankful you were late for work, because if you weren't late, you would have died in a car accident. So would you rather be late for work or die? Nothing is a coincidence. I know, Alice, there are a lot of, like, every time I look at someone talking about manifestation, they talk about being specific. It's like, no. I personally don't think that's the best thing to do. Now, you can experiment yourself and see for yourself, but, like, even logically, for me, it does not make sense. Like, spiritually and logically, it does not make sense. Because you could manifest less. Like, why would you try to be a know-it-all and try to manifest something specific? Why would you do that? You don't know everything. You don't. So, for example, with the money example, you could be manifesting 1 million, but you're due to receive 10 million. So why would you do that to yourself? Do you know what I mean? And when it comes to lovers, you know, if for example, the karma that comes from kind of sabotaging the free will of someone is severe, why would you put karma on yourself? Hangover. Yeah, it doesn't make me a bad person, huh? It's only period. Don't fuck with me with period. I become lethal. I don't know what happens, but it's the hormones, okay? The period is something else. What do you mean, Vishal? You want our rod? The fuck you mean? Yes, it is a rope. And it has like a little witch mode. He's being dirty? Oh, okay. I see. I see. Very fitting. Dirty for a dirty person. Very fitting, I think. He probably means the spicy pepper. You know how tiny the spicy pepper is? Rod. Bitch, please. Rod. As if. Don't make me laugh like that. Don't want to have a headache. I'm in love with a girl whom I can't forget, but I feel like I moved on. I have no idea what to do. You just answered yourself. You moved on. You're not stuck. You moved on. You made a choice. Go through with it. If you still love the person, go tell them. Why are you telling me? Go tell them. But if you made the choice to move on, move on. When you do something, do it fully. Commit to it. You can't read this? Come on now. It's not that hard to read. There is always a way. That was weird. That was fucking weird. There is always a way. This is something I live by, you know. I like to see that every time. There is always a way. There is always a way. Way always there is? Yeah, I guess that works too. Way always there is definitely something I would say when my dyslexic brain activates. I will put words all over the place. Euro-African. That made me laugh. Don't make me laugh like that. I don't think I'm ready for it. My God. Look after my goats. How about I buy your village and pay you to look after your goats? Because you seem very poor. I'll help you out, don't worry. Just send me those emails where you say, hello, can I give you $1 million? Put it in your saving account. Please help me. I am dying of cancer and need to transfer the money to you. I feel like Euro-African is one of those. I am stuck to what? I tell him I don't want just love story. I want something in light. Just disappear. He wants to talk to me again, but I feel disappointed. Again, B, you answered yourself. You know, most of the time people know the answer that they are looking for. And they even say it. You just said it. You feel disappointed. You owe it to yourself to remove yourself from that situation. So why are you wanting a validation? You need to be able to trust your decision is best for you. So if you have taken that decision, or if you know how you feel about the situation, you say you're stuck, but you want something more. You said it. So move on. You already know the answer. No, I don't have any relation to Asia. And like, no one is talking to you. Are you that desperate to be included in the conversation? No one is talking to you. Fuck. Barry. How do you manifest your desires? Put your intention towards getting them. And then put action towards your words. It's that simple. It's not that complicated to manifest your desires. The question is, are you where you wanted to be 5 to 10 years ago? Look back. Did you manifest where you are right now? If not, pay more attention to your actions, or pay more attention to the things that you are doing, because they are away from your desires. There is this guy that said, everything you do counts. I don't remember his name. Everything you do counts. They are either moving you towards your goals or away from them. Which one are you doing? Then you'll have your answer. Manifestation is exactly the same. If you don't put action towards your manifestation, they do not work. You have to put some type of manifestation, some type of action for your manifestations. Vishal, you keep like spamming the chat and then removing your comments. I'm just going to help you with that. There we go. Hope that helps. I kind of felt sorry for you because you keep removing your comments after you put them. I'm just going to help you out there. People don't know how to wish, dream, ask for the right things. It's true. Be more aware, be more deliberate, and you will be. I feel like the best thing to do for yourself is awareness. You have awareness, you can do anything. You have awareness, you will be more intelligent. You have awareness, you will learn so fucking quick. Awareness, awareness. When you do something and you do it with full presence, that you see everything, you're so in touch with yourself, your mind, your thoughts, what's happening, you will become unstoppable. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. The awareness gets stronger. The awareness is more present. Awareness. Awareness of the moment, awareness of yourself, awareness of how you feel in that moment, awareness of everything, as much as you can process at once. The more you do it, oh my God, it can transform your life so quickly. It will help you heal your traumas. It will help you stop negative thoughts and negative habits. You can do anything. Awareness. To observe, yes, exactly. Staying curious is the key. Yes, stay curious. Is celibacy important for growing spiritually? Phases. So for example, celibacy, you can do it in phases. There are phases where you don't want to be in touch with other humans, and so you choose celibacy so that you can kind of have full focus on your energy. Great, do that. But do remember, you are not put on earth to be a spirit. You forget your body, and that's not good. Remember that you have a life. The physical is for you to experience. That includes sex. The pleasures is not a bad thing. Everything, obviously, you kind of have to have a balance. I mean, anything, even if it's good for you, anything you do and you overdo turns into a bad thing. If you become like a spiritually maniac person, it will have reverse effect on your life. You are not put on earth to be a human for you to be a spirit. You are supposed to have that balance between your body and spirit so that you can fulfill the most. You can feel the most. You can experience the most. You can like have fun the most. Life is not that serious. It's not supposed to be anyway. You're supposed to go after your joy. You're supposed to have fun. So if there is desire to be with someone on an intimate level, yes, do it with awareness, of course, because you don't want to end up with a person that will be bad for you, right? Because energetically, that reflects on their personality as well. So just, you know, do a little bit of getting to know you phase before you do that. But you're meant to experience pleasure. Why else would you have a body and senses? Why else would you have that if you weren't meant to? If it will be in the way of you becoming spiritual. Everything is interconnected. Your body, your spirit, it should be all interconnected. It's all one. Don't separate. But celibacy is something good that you should practice from time to time, so that you can give yourself a break to reflect, a break to feel your body without anyone's touch, you know, a break from mixing with energies. I mean, you don't even have to, I mean, mixing energies can be like a handshake. That is energy transfer. So, I mean, you just have to be aware. Yeah, we're not talking about people that sleep around. That's another case. But there are sex healers. There are people that if they have sex with you, they will take your traumas, they will heal you. Now, that's a tough job. And it's not like every healer's job. Every healer can do it, but there are specifically people put on this fucking earth to be healing people through touch. Now, it can happen through just like a handshake, like I said, because it's easy to transfer energy like that. But on an intimate level, because intimacy has orgasm, has climaxing, so that all kind of like helps with something like core beliefs, core traumas, it can reach there. But yeah. Yeah, you do observe that, yeah. I get it, Carly, but it gets easier. The more you practice it, it gets easier. You know? That's true, yeah. Sometimes you will be put in people's lives for a specific reason. You want to know what? Please tell me how do you protect yourself from spiritual warfare? If you want to stop the warfare, first of all, I mean, it's a very interesting word that you used. If you want to stop the spiritual warfare, stop playing their game. Stop even acknowledging them. They can have their little warfare on their own. A warfare cannot be a warfare if there are no two sides. Take yourself out of the equation. That's it. That's it. When you do that, you basically build a wall. You reject. You do not accept. But if you identify with that warfare, you basically accept it to be part of it. Stop identifying with it. Stop giving it any attention. Don't worry about your protection. Your protection is just fine. Your protection can be infiltrated if you allow others to infiltrate. They cannot get in without you allowing it. They can get in if you subconsciously allow it as well. So make sure you don't play their game from the get-go, from the start. It's like, What warfare? You're competing with me? I don't even acknowledge you existing. You're protected. Every person is protected. But when they are thinking, yeah, but they sent me evil eye, but they sent me spellwork, but they sent me that, you are saying that it is true, therefore it is, because you have accepted it. So don't play their game. It's like, okay, I'm feeling a little off today. I'm gonna take a shower, make myself feel better. That's it. And you get to transmute. You know? If you feel like a certain energy, get yourself out of your comfort zone. Do something exciting. Go to the gym. Do something that will get you out of your head about other people. Because what other people do, they will get their karma for it. Does not concern you. Shouldn't concern you. Because when it concerns you, it enters you. Take up boxing. Yes! Oh my god, did you guys see the fucking fight? You reminded me of that just now. It was so fucking pathetic, so fucking rigged, stupid. The universe is our playground. Enjoy this paradise. Sex is healing, but with the right partner. Beautiful. Yeah? Well said. At the dance competition. That's what it was, yeah. Fucking Jake was like keeping his distance the whole time, trying to get Mike to be all out of breath. But honestly, I think Mike was like just fucking dancing, like you said. People say that he got 20 million for that fucking fight. I mean, yeah. Would you not take 20 million to lose a fight? It's easy to be persuaded like that, right? I mean, he would be dumb if he rejected that offer, right? It's like, fuck people, fuck what they think. I'm 20 million more. I have 20 million like more in my bank account to help my family. You know? And did you guys see when they interviewed his brother, saying that, oh, Mike said that he wants to have a fight with you. And then he said, Mike wants more money. When I heard that, I just knew that Jake paid him to fight. To lose. I just know, like, yeah, Mike wants more money. The brother is kind of wanting to tell on his brother. I think his name was Logan. He was kind of like wanting to tell on Jake. You know what? Like, I'm getting that vibe. You know what I mean? He kind of want to tell on his brother. He's kind of biting his tongue. Dream country to visit? I want to visit and go everywhere. The only places I don't want to go, the only types of places I don't want to visit are cities. I am not interested in seeing buildings. I do not want to see cities. I want to go to like places that has a lot of nature, a lot of like tradition. I love like going to villages that have like traditional way of living, like exploring culture, exploring nature, like hidden gems. I'm not interested in cities like Paris, New York. I don't want to fucking go there. Why would I go to a place that has full of like tall buildings? Yes, of course, sure, and noises and people. I don't want to go to cities. Thank you. Not my thing. Don't like cities. A gentle fight, if you will. Yeah. Too obvious. Hang on. Don't wanna make sure that my thingy don't show. It was too obvious, right? Tyson's salary 500 million a match? Yeah, but is that like bets? Of course, the bets are different. I'm talking about like the actual competitor paying the fighter. Bets, I'm sure they're off the roof. Yeah, Jake Paul is just clout chaser. Clout chaser. Like he will do anything that gets his name, you know, like out there. He's a clout chaser. He doesn't really even have a style or anything. He's just like whatever that's gonna get me out there. You know what I mean? And he's known to pay the fighters. Like there's a lot of talk about him that he's just after people that will accept a loss so that he would look good for the ones that believe in him. So obvious. Scorp, the reason why I'm not traveling right now is because of my cat. Honestly, that's the only thing that's holding me from traveling, because I don't want to give my cat to people. And I don't want to take my cat with me because it's like traveling is stressful for animals. I don't want to put her through that stress. So I'm kind of putting my freaking life on hold like a parent. You know when parents like, I have a child, I can't go traveling. I think kids can have that a little easier because they fucking grow up, but your cat, your baby forever. So I'm kind of like waiting for some type of miracle to happen and see if I can like hire a pet sitter. But I only want to hire a pet sitter after I install cameras in every fucking corner of my house to make sure that I check on my cat and I check when the pet sitter comes in and out. Like, I don't fucking trust people like that. I don't want people to fuck with my cat. You know what I mean? So, honestly, like, I think I would kill for my cat. You know? So I don't want to travel, and for now it's on hold. We'll see. We'll see. Water is like the best thing ever, isn't it? My favorite beverage. I think my heater is on. I am happy for Jake. He gets to say he was hit by Mike. That's so true. Yeah, he was holding back. You guys, like, even before the fight, did you see him before the fight? Like, first few times when he was talking to, like, you know, when they have them sit and then just talk shit to the media? You know, he was like kind of like saying like, you know, I'm coming after you or whatever. But the last interview they did for the social media thing, he was like, I have nothing to say. And he looked disappointed. As if like he was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to, you know, make myself look like an idiot for this idiot. You know what I mean? Like, I would not be surprised if Mike was like, fuck his money, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna beat him up. And then towards the end, he was convinced by someone or his contractors or his trainers that he should take the money. You know what I mean? I would not be surprised. Because Mike Tyson is the type of person that doesn't give a fuck about money, but I think he has people around him that will convince him that, hey, come on, you know, remember where you came from. Remember your family. And he'll be like, Mike Tyson is a Cancerian. Cancerians, if they want to do something, they don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter if it's money or not. It's about their emotional pride. Even if it gets them in trouble, you know? Cancerians can be like that. So they're not gonna, I don't know. I mean, I don't know him personally, but that's the vibe I get. I know the fact that it was 8 rounds? Nah. You know how I imagine the conversation between Jake and Mike was when they were like deciding, okay, fine, I'll give you this money, you lose. And I feel like Mike was negotiating. It's like, no way I'm gonna let you knock me out. If anything, I will spar with you, finish all the, you know, rounds, and let it be like an anonymous call. Like, that's how I imagine Mike is like negotiating. It's like, no way I'm gonna let you fucking get me knocked out in the first round. Are you mad? No. If anything, I'm just gonna spar you and, you know, let it be like an anonymous call. I don't, you know what I mean? No, I didn't see the girl fight. I just skipped to the part where the fight is. You guys, I was out yesterday, so I was like drinking senselessly. So when I woke up today, the first thing, when I unlocked my phone was on the fight, and specifically on the fight for, you know, the timing of the fight. And I was like, oh, that's probably the last thing I wanted to do before I passed out. So I woke up and watched the fights after I woke up, yeah. So I only saw it like this morning. I didn't see the other fight. Mike was a little gray at the end. Cardiac? It could be, but if you think about it, like, I don't know, like, you know, when you kind of put your ego on the side, and when you kind of like break something within you, kind of breaks your heart, doesn't it? Like, I would not be surprised if he was, like, heartbroken. You know, like, getting your heart broken affects you physically. Affects your health. So I would not be surprised if it's, like, an emotional hit that he got from the loss. Yeah, he was definitely unhappy. You could see it. It's very clear. He was unhappy. He would still end it in 90 seconds. Like, I don't think age makes that much of a difference when you are punching someone. But I did notice that Jake was running around like a little weirdo. Did you guys notice? Like, he always kept his distance. He was not in close contact. Because the way Mike moves is kind of like close body contact. You know what I mean? So Jake, all of his punches were like so far. You know what I mean? Like, he was almost like poking him. He wasn't in. You know what I mean? So he was making Mike, he was actually like getting Mike to run around. Did you notice? Like, the rounds were all about him moving away and Mike pursuing until he kind of looked like he was out of breath, and then Jake started coming in. Like, yeah, he was trying to get him tired. Because he knows if he gets close, it does not matter about his age, the punch will be as lethal as it was before. It was a money grab indeed. It was. That's the shitty part about sports now. I mean, maybe it always has been, but that's what I've noticed. That it's all about money. Like, sports, it's not real. It's all about money, especially the big ones, you know? It's all about money. People will do anything for money. This is why it's important to have values and morals, you know, because if you are sold for money to do things that you wouldn't usually do or agree to do without the money, I think you shouldn't do it. Yes, it's not easy sometimes, and yes, you might like turn like a lot of money away, but it will break you. It's not worth it. That's my opinion. You should never do something that you fully do not agree with, or feel that, you know, especially when it's like, what it has your heart in it. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. It's not worth it. Joe Dirt, I mean, your username says it all. Meanwhile, Tesla? What do you mean by Tesla? Do you mean Nikola Tesla, or do you mean the twat that owns Tesla? Yeah, his practice is the real him, I think. The practice is the real him. And you know, when I said like he probably changed his mind, like maybe he wanted to defeat him. Maybe he only agreed that he's gonna lose towards the end. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I would not be surprised if Mike said, fuck the money, I'm beating you up, or fuck the money, I'm knocking you out. Until the very end, his energy just completely changed. He started getting quiet. He started like keeping to himself. I think like that's when he agreed that he's going to accept the money, and they agreed on the outcome. Like, I think he agreed to the fight, but he was gonna fight. Otherwise, why bother even training? You know, why? But like, he was under like intensive training. Like, that's not someone that is planning to lose. You know what I mean? And I think towards the end, he was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm being dramatic. I should accept this money. Maybe he increased the amount of money that he gave him. Maybe he was like, I'll give you 1 million. But then he slapped him with, I'll give you 20 million. And he's like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I would not be surprised if the negotiation only settled towards the end. Towards the very end. The only sport I look at is like fighting. I don't care for football. In fact, anything with a ball, I don't watch. Now look at the funny jokes that will come through. Like, I don't like basketball. I don't like football. I don't like whatever you call it, like soccer, rugby. You see that? Yes. Like I like individual sports, like fighting, swimming. I will watch tennis because I love laughing at them while they moan. It's like have you watched have you watched that tennis game where they put a mic on them? That was funny. I will watch a game like that just to laugh. Is American football like the rugby thing? Yeah, it's rugby. The only reason I would watch rugby is to see all the... Like, here's the thing. Football, American football, they wear like a gear, right? UK rugby, they don't wear gear. So you see their bodies. They have hot bodies. That are so freaking tall. Well, there are short ones. But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of gay if you think about it. If you are a man and you watch rugby and you enjoy it, you just didn't come out of the closet yet. Because, I mean, I get it, but it's gay. Yes, the tackle. Oh, the tackle. I saw this quote. Well, it's from a movie scene where she's like, men will find any reason to touch each other. And it's so fucking true. Like in sports, in a fight, in a war, they will find any reason to touch each other so that they can touch each other without being called gay. I laughed so hard. I can't remember the movie, but it kind of rings truth, you know? You know, I used to remember when I was a child that, like, I used to remember, like, when people, like guys especially, with men, like when they touch each other, or if it's like a long shake, you know, they keep holding each other's hands, they would be called gay. Or if they hugged, they would be called gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like I remember as a child, like I used to notice that men don't touch each other. Now they're all over each other. They will do everything. Like they touch each other, they kiss each other. They kiss each other on the mouth as a joke. As a joke. I'm just joking. He's my friend. You just kiss him on the mouth. Yeah, we're just fooling around. Like, what? Where did the manhood go? Where did the respect go? Where? Not just in American culture. I've seen it in other countries as well. But yeah, I've noticed like an increase. I don't know, man. But when women do that, it's not really frowned on so much. I don't know. I mean, as a woman myself, don't fucking touch me. Don't touch me. Even if you know me, don't touch me. Like, for me personally, I think it's not about, like, when it comes to women, it's because they are, like, the nurturers, the carers, the whatevers. So they're touchy-feely. But hey, if you don't like it, create boundaries. Like, I'm not really a hugger. I think my love language is physical touch, and, well, one of them. And when you touch me, it's like, a lot of people think physical touch is like, I like to be touched. It's more like the opposite of that. Because when you touch me, it's like we're really close or we're together. So don't touch me. I don't like hugs. I don't like when friends hug. I don't like that. Don't hug me. Please. Don't touch me. Arena Rat, I mean, it says it in your username. But why are you so butthurt? Who hurt you? Unplug your butt. Unplug it. So you can shit. Boundaries, yes. Yes. Especially if you have physical touch as a love language. Boundaries is so fucking important. So important. Like, I will think less of you if you touched me. Like, it's not like when it comes to like lovers and partners, it's more like strangers. Like, what gave you the impression that you could touch me without me being close to you? You know? Like, it makes no sense. Did I flash? Did I flash? I'm not sure. It felt like a flash. It felt like a flash moment. I'm like that too with strangers, yeah. And you know when people get offended? Like people will sometimes give me their hand and be like, you know, shake my hand. And I'll be like, no. And they get offended. Like, oh, excuse me, I apologize for not wanting to touch your hand. That I have no idea where it's been. Sorry. Not touching that hand. Good, no flashing. Okay, good. From my point of view, I can see more, but I forget sometimes we have different points of view. Wow, that's such an interesting perspective, huh? Yeah, do you remember? But they kind of created something fucking stupid instead of it. Do you remember when people like touched elbows? That looked so freaking retarded. It's like, hey, how have you been? Like, cringe. Oh shit. What? At what age deal? No, Chris. I won't promise you that. But I did spend a lot, actually. So you can make up for the drinks I already paid for, if you want. I'm assuming you mean like when I became awakened. Like there are different types of awakening. I was always a weird kid. So I wasn't like the rest. In fact, the only types of people that wanted to be friends with me as a child were the ones that were bullied, because I would beat their bullies. like in school, I used to bully the bullies, and the nerds will be feeling safe next to me and they will be my friends. But I was always like that weird kid. When I say weird, it's not like I looked weird or did weird things. I just thought differently. I was not entertained by childish shit. I would isolate a lot. I would go to the forest on my own. Just walk in nature. Find things that people dropped by mistake on a hike or something and collect them. I had like a secret place where I go to every time I go to the forest, like a fort, and it has all my collections. You know, I sit there and chill, look at things and just get lost in the moment. I used to like cycle to the library and read whatever that catches my eye or whatever that I want to read. I would hang out with my teachers, hang out with old people. In fact, how I learned to play chess is from old people. And no, I was not abused or molested or whatever else, you know? I was aware. You know what I mean? Like I connected to older people. I was interested and curious about, you know, their life and how they lived it. And, you know, people called me an old soul because I spoke with them with like that mentality. It's like, oh yes, interesting. Or, you know, like I was curious about life experiences and what people did and didn't do, their dreams, their regrets. People used to talk to me like that, even though I was a fucking child. But my first awakening when it comes to spirituality, because I dabbled in all religions, minus Judaism, okay. So my first awakening was when I was, well, I don't remember the age, but I remember the year, 2015. My second awakening was 2018. And then the third awakening that hit me was easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't even remember the date because I was like, I've done this couple of times. And when I say awakenings, they're different kind of like shift that are kind of like life-changing, even if it's very subtle, not noticeable. You know, it's kind of like death and rebirth. That's how I see awakenings. It's like death and rebirth, where people can call it so many things, but it's the same fucking concept. It's just given a lot of definitions. You know what I mean? So each awakening had like a purpose. My first awakening was so hard. It was so hard. I couldn't eat. I couldn't consume food. You know, it was like so, whew, it was heavy. And you know, after I came out of that period, when I started eating again, I felt such gratitude. I felt like so grateful for being able to eat again. It's like you take the little things for granted, right? Because you couldn't do something and then you're allowed to do it again. This is why loss suffering is a must. Because in that awakening, I gained so much, but it was tough to experience. Yeah, old soul. I remember I was so fucking innocent as well. Like, I remember being in bars, you guys. I don't even know why they let me in. But I think, you know, when we, like, at my age, I think, like, when we were children, there were, like, less restrictions. We didn't have the, we didn't have, like, health and safety restrictions and all that shit that is, like, so, like, strict nowadays. So I used to hang out in bars. I used to hang out in bars with old people drinking. I remember that I couldn't even reach the counter. You know when you sit on those stools? And I can't even reach the counter because I'm so tiny. My head would be like there to the counter. And I remember that specifically an old guy drinking his beer. And I always thought that the beer was just fizzy apple juice. I thought adults were going to bars, ordering apple juice. And he taught me this trick that I will never fucking forget. He created like core memory for me. And it's through this trick. He was like, put your hands together like this. Now put your fingers over. Create like a hollow thing. Put your palm together like that. And then, and when I learned that trick, oh my god, I used to do it all the time to the point where I almost feel like I'm gonna pass out from the amount of exhales. You know? I love that shit. Yeah. Oh, the core memory. Yeah, you know, the internet has advantages and disadvantages. Like everything else, you need balance. Anything, too much of anything is bad. That's it. Too much of anything is bad. You know, John, like some things are best not said. I love owls. I thought that this sound is the owl sound. Like some people thought it was like a train. The first time I heard it, the first time he did it, I thought it was an owl. I was so impressed with it. It's like, wow, that's so cool. That was like the coolest thing. Yeah, pigeons. Did you guys see the owl experiment? That the owls like fly without a sound? Did you guys see that? So fucking impressive. Like they put like a bunch of birds on mic, and they released different types of birds, and it was like sensitive mic as well, so you could hear like the feathers when they're flying, and each bird had like a different sound. And the moment the owl flied, it was like silence. That's so freaking weird. It's impressive because the owls need to be silent because they kind of like hunt at night, right? That's when they become active. So at night it's more quiet. And they need that to survive. It's so amazing. Like everything that is created was created for a purpose, was created for a specific design. It's so freaking impressive. Nature is so freaking impressive. Like, how can you even think that there is no creator? Like, honestly, I have no respect for atheists. Zero respect. Even if I liked you as a person and you tell me I'm an atheist, you just drop. It's like, I'm not talking to you. Birds are as old as dinosaurs? That's interesting. Never heard that before. Anthony, that's so good. That's so, I consider that a blessing. Life in the woods. Wow, yes. That's what peace sounds like. Birds chirping. Birds making noises. I used to remember like owls were such a big thing in my life when I was a child. Like I used to hear them all the time, and it used to put me to sleep. Like I hear them at night, and I feel like such a peaceful, I don't know, it's weird. It's like I feel at peace when I hear them. I just fall asleep feeling safe, like they were guarding me or something. Oh my god, a treehouse. Oh my god, yes. You know, like as a child, it's okay for you to live in a tree. But why can't adults do that? Like, well, there are actually houses in a tree, if you think about it. I have seen couple of hotels that do that. But wouldn't it be great if we had like houses on trees? I don't know. Like it's a cool idea for adults, not just children. I guess they're just for children because, you know, like people can be like heavy, right? A child can, I don't know. Maybe we will need bigger trees. Did I have a tree house when I was young? No, I don't remember. I think my friend had a tree house. We didn't. Yeah. Oh my god, the only forest I don't want to enter is the Amazon. There's so many things in that forest that can kill you, and it's like it's not like an animal that's coming at you. It can be like a spider, a fucking fly, a mosquito. Like there's so many things in the Amazon that will kill you. Even plants. What? No bueno. Not going there. I mean, what, there was like ticks or something that if they get a hold of you, it's hard to get them out and they're lethal. Mm-mm. 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 I've seen this like guy that went to, I don't know if it's the Amazon, but they went into the forest and there was literally a worm inside his eye. I don't know how it climbed into his fucking eye, but they will enter any like hole. They will enter your skin. I don't know, it's so fucking weird. No thanks. And the way he was pulling it out, oh my god. Mm-mm. Azazel, yes I am. A little hungover, but I'm okay. I'm just chilling. I'm just letting the body do its thing and recover itself from my choices yesterday. No regrets. And thank God for water. Cannibal tribes. I did hear about this story where like a white dude went exploring a tribe that never had like contact with, you know, this world, this civilization, and they ate him. Fucking hell. Like, imagine you go exploring and you become dinner. Oh, that's fucked up. It's fucked up. Yeah, I think it is the Rockefeller, yeah. Damn. Like, he was so happy to have found them as well. Like, I think he took pictures and stuff. He was so happy. And you could see them, like, kind of looking at him like, you look like a fried chicken. You look like you boil nicely. Damn. It's just... You know, America is kind of like getting out of control, huh? Since we entered this area, South America, where young women who used potato as fertility control wasn't going great. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. With all like, I feel like America, it's like every day, it's like they're kind of trying to feed the people a lot of like bullshit that they will have no time for themselves to think, to feel good. It's like constantly. It's like, you know, I don't really understand it. Like, why attack your own citizens? Maybe it's a population control, who knows? Because it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy with the amount of bullshit that's happening in America. It's crazy. Are you guys okay? I mean, I've seen so many videos of people complaining about the food. You know, I've seen so many people complain about how plasticky the food is. It's like, how are you surviving there? But maybe it's just like fake news, who knows? Because, you know, I don't believe anything I see now. You know, most of the time I question, like, if people are being honest when they give you news. Because most of the time it's like fear-mongering. Most of the time it's just to, you know, get you to be scared of your own shadow. I don't know. Well, they don't think he was eating? I didn't get that one. West Coast USA here. I'm okay, but rotus at the core. And it spreads outward. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, honestly, like, here's the thing that I noticed as well. Because no one is watching the news on their TVs anymore, you know? Like, it's an old people thing to turn on the TV and watch the news. Most people are on their phones, social media, right? So you will notice that you will have breaking news on your social media because they want to reach you. It's like, okay, you're not watching TV anymore, so we're gonna create a social media platform where we feed you the news that you're trying to escape. So there, it's like, it's almost like forcefully being fed because, you know, people find it hard to resist them. But it's easier to resist when you're not watching. But when you're watching, you're kind of like in, you know, because they have all these sounds, these colors that will grab your attention. And so they're feeding that shit even on social media. You'll notice that you will see more news coming through. And it's because they're kind of transferring, because people are no longer interested in watching TV anymore. They're kind of bringing that to social media to have more, because they lost that touch. They lost that effect on people. Like, I personally don't have a TV and will never. But I started to see that the news are coming on social media. If you remember, like maybe 5 years ago, social media wasn't about breaking news, the government, new law, this in this neighborhood, the blah blah blah, murder, blah blah blah. Like, social media has become like a news feed. This is why there's a lot of fear mongering, because people are tuned in on social media more. So it's the new TV. It's the new TV. I want to say, just like, train your algorithm. Sometimes the algorithm will show you things you don't want to see if you will be interested. So train your algorithm. Like, skip so fast, or, you know, don't show me these things or whatever. Like, train your algorithm. That's the best thing you can do. Like, if you watch my algorithm, it's all about motivational theory, studies, new findings. But the moment I become interested in something that, like, negative, or I don't know, like, for example, this murderer took the lives of I don't know how many people, and I watch that video, the next video will be like that, or a couple more videos will be like that. It's like, okay, we're gonna skip now. You know what I mean? In fact, if you want to know more about a person, just watch their algorithm. See what they have. Just go on their search. Not what they have searched, but go what shows up in their algorithm on their search bar. You'll know more about a person than they tell you. Jose, like, I tried to ignore you so that you get the message. But I guess you don't have the intelligence to understand what ignoring is, right? So let me help you there, okay? Let me help you with that. Let me show you what you get if you insist on being a lowlife. That's what you get, okay? So when someone ignores you, it means that they don't want to interact with you. They don't want to deal with you, okay? No means no. You are the type of person that doesn't understand no, right? Right? Someone look at Jose's history. Search history. Damn, I've been here for 2 hours and a half. Okay, I'm off. I'm off, you guys. 22725. Okay. You guys, it was fun talking to ya and hanging out during my hangover moments. Readings will be resuming tomorrow. Personal readings will be resuming tomorrow as well. Okay, so if you booked your personal reading, not doing it today. Tomorrow. Okay? Everything resumes tomorrow. Take care. I'll see you soon. I shall see you soon, everyone.